Greetings, respected sir. Today we will be giving a mini project presentation on our topic implementation of two-factor authentication on time-based one-time password. So here are the teammates that will be giving our presentation. So here are the table of contents that we will be talking about in detail. I will be starting off with the introduction. So two-factor authentication is a crucial security measure that is widely utilized to protect online accounts from unauthorized access. However, despite its effectiveness, 2FA can still be vulnerable to sophisticated phishing attacks, such as man-in-the-middle attack. In response to these threats, researchers have developed innovative approaches like the 2FA-PP method, which utilizes mobile device connectivity to establish secure communication channels and mitigate MITM risks. The time-based one-time password protocol, as outlined in RFC 6238, is another key tool in enhancing security, as it is generated using dynamic passwords that are synchronized with server time to thwart phishing attacks. So motivation. The exploitation of two-factor authentication, time-based one-time password, TOTP, and QR code authentication is driven by the urgent need to enhance cybersecurity measures in today's digital landscape. With the rise of online services and the constant threat of cyber attacks, it is crucial to implement strong authentication methods to protect user accounts and sensitive information. Phishing attacks exploiting vulnerabilities in traditional authentication methods have underscored the importance of developing innovative solutions to combat evolving threats. By understanding the limitations of current authentication protocols and the risks they pose, we can drive advancements in authentication technology to better secure online transactions and communications. So, problem statement. Despite the widespread use of two-factor authentication methods like TOTP and QR codes, vulnerabilities such as phishing and MITM attacks continue to pose risks to user security. Current authentication mechanisms may not adequately address evolving cyber threats, highlighting the need for innovative strategies to enhance security. Integrating multiple authentication factors into existing systems presents challenges for developers, requiring a balance between usability and security. Improving authentication technologies is crucial to ensuring seamless yet secure account verification and protecting against unauthorized access. Research gap. The research gap exists in the effectiveness of TOTP and QR code authentication in countering sophisticated phishing attacks and man-in-the-middle exploits, as well as the integration and user experience implications of these methods. Limited understanding of technical complexities, usability challenges, and user perception hinders the advancement of multi-factor authentication systems incorporating TOTP and QR code authentication. Further, research is needed to assess the resilience of these methods against emerging cyber threats and explore innovative approaches to enhancing security and usability in authentication frameworks to develop more robust and user-friendly solutions in the digital age. So that's it from me. Now, Harsh Jain will continue with the presentation forward. Thank you.
Two-factor authentication use time-based one-time password generation. It has several advantages. It increases security by adding an extra layer of security beyond password. Even if someone steals your password, they still need to gain access for the 2FA code, which is generated by an authentication app. These codes are generated in your devices, so we don't need to access the internet or any network for generating these 2FA codes, unlike SMS-based 2FA codes. It is comparatively easy to set up and generate code uh, in TOTP method. Uh, there are several disadvantages. These codes are dependent on devices too much. TOTP codes are typically generated on a specific device, such as smartphone. If you lose or damage your device, we need to use a backup code, which is also generated by the website when the user sign up for creating an account. There's no biometric authentication. TOTP code are typically entered manually. which lack in convenience of biometric authentication such as fingerprinting and face recognition. It is hard to manage these backup codes, which are mostly lost by these users, so they need to reset their account.
My name is Pratik Shinde. I am going to talk about the literature review. We have taken 6 research papers for which we have made our mini project. I am going to talk about the first research paper analyzing 2FA phishing attacks and their prevention techniques, published in 2022. Positive points of this publication. Insightful analysis. Studying 2FA phishing attacks provide valuable insights into the cyber threats and attack strategies, enabling organizations to better understand and anticipate the potential risk. Effective prevention techniques. Implementing robust prevention measures such as email filtering, employee training, and multi-factor authentication enhances overall security posture and mitigate the likelihood of the successful phishing attacks. Building trust and confidence by proactively addressing security concern and demonstrating commitment to the protective user data. Organization can foster trust among users, thereby bolstering their reputation and credibility in the digital realm. Gap of this publication. Prevention techniques. This paper reviews past schemes and introduces methods involving mobile devices connectivity to the user browser, which can be bypassed by man-in-the-middle attacks by enabling direct communication between two devices. Simpler measures. It suggests simpler measures for authentication protocols that require minimal integration and can be easily adapted on the both client and server sides. Research analysis. This document analyze different frameworks to provide 2FA and propose simpler mechanism to combat phishing attacks effectively. On to the second research literature review. Topic name: Time-based one-time password for Wi-Fi authentication and security, published in 2022. Positive point of this publication: automated authentication introduces an automated authentication process that generates secure password periodically without human intervention, simplifying the user experience. Second point, compromising analysis provide a throughput as examination of existing Wi-Fi security protocols and their limitation, highlighting the need for improved security measures. Practical implementation demonstrate the feasibility of the proposed system through the proof of concept implementation on the Android platform, showcasing its potential for real-world application. Gap of this application. The current web page discusses Wi-Fi authentication system using time-based one-time password to enhance security. Here are the key points. The Wi-Fi security evolution. It outlines the progression from WEP to WPA and WPA2 protocols, highlighting their encryption method and vulnerabilities. Password-based threats. The paper identified common attacks like brute force, dictionary, rainbow, phishing attacks, and explain how they compromise Wi-Fi networks. TOTP mechanism describes TOTP as dynamic password system that uses shared secret key and current time to generate one-time passwords. On to the third research paper, preventing fraud in e-tickets validation using 2FA approach, published in 2023. Positive points of this publication focuses on security. The publication recognized the importance of the security in electronic ticketing system, particularly in mitigating the risk of fraudulent tickets and privacy breaches. By empathizing the need for robust two-factor verification approaches, it demonstrates a proactive approach to the addressing the security concern in the industry. Integration of technology. The publication discussed the integration of technology such as QR code scanning, geolocation into the electronic ticketing system. By leveraging these technologies, it shows commitment to the adopting innovation solution to enhance security and efficiently efficiently increasing the security of ticketing processes. Awareness of the industrial trends. The publication of acknowledges the evolution of landscape of electronic ticketing system and identify key industrial trends such as adoption of blockchain, geology, and biometrics. The gap of publication. The technical implementation details. The test discuss the use of geological technology and QR code scanning for two-factor authentication in electronic ticketing system. However, it lacks the specific details on how these technologies are integrated into the ticketing process, such as software platform use, the hardware requirement, and the protocol followed for secure communication between devices. The security protocols and the standards, while the text mentioned the importance of the security in electronic ticketing, it could benefit from further elaboration on the specific security protocols and standard followed to ensure integrity and confidentiality of the ticketing data. This could include details on encryption method, authentication mechanism, and compliance with industries such as PCI DSS and GDPR. User experience and adoption challenges. There is a limited discussion about on the user experience and potential challenges faced during the adoption of two-factor verification in electronic ticketing system. This could involve considerations such as user training, education, accessibility for an individual with disabilities, and potential resistance from the user who depends on traditional ticketing system. On to the fourth research paper, hardware TOTP ticket tokens with time synchronization, published in 2023. Positive point of this publication involves innovative solutions, propose new categories for programmable TOTP hardware tokens that can adjust the system hardware clock to overcome the time difference problem. Security enhancement analyzes security risks associated with the time synchronization and offers mitigation methods to prevent replay attacks. Practical implementation describes the implementation of the hardware token with the time sync features and enhancing the usability of TOTP tokens. Commercial viability discuss the commercial implementation of the product, indicating its readiness for market adoption. Gap of this publication. Time drift issue. Hardware TOTP tends to experience time drift, which can lead to authentication failures. Battery and RTC chip limitation. The battery life of the tokens has improved, but the accuracy of the real-time time clock has not causing enrollment issues after few years. Lack of automation adjustment. Many system ignores the recommendation of to automate mechanically adjust for time drift, leading to the potential access issues. Security risks. Adjusting the time on hardware tokens can pose security risks and such as replay attacks if not handled properly. Now on to Umar Zia, which can explain about the rest of the literature review.
So the next research paper title is Improving User Experience with TOTP Hardware Tokens by Implementing QR Codes and HID Keyboard Emulation. So the positive of this publication is innovative solutions. It proposes a new category of programmable TOTP hardware tokens that can adjust the system hardware clock to overcome the time drift problem. Security enhancement. It analyzes the security risk associated with time synchronization and offer mitigation method to prevent replay attacks. The third is a practical implementation. It describes the implementation of a hardware token with a time sync feature. It enhances the usability of TOTP tokens. So the gaps of the publication is a manual entry. TOTP hardware tokens require user to manually type in OTP codes, which is error prone and considered complex. And the next one is security risk. So standalone hardware tokens have a narrow attack window, but there is a risk of OTP being observed by attackers. FID or USB keys with companion apps a potential risk of TOTP code replay attacks. A device limitation. Some solutions like YubiKeys need a companion app and do not have a built-in battery, which affects both user experience and security. So the next research paper title is Two-Factor Authentication Framework. The positives of this publication is enhanced security. It addresses the need for improved security in private clouds by adding an extra layer of authentication. It also offers a practical solution for integrating TFA into OpenStack, including modification to the web app authentication form and development of a new authentication module. It also covers the entire process of adding a TOTP user, generating and sending a secret code in QR form. So gaps of this publication, a predictability. The usernames are often predictable, such as administrator for Windows or root for Linux. Uh, Password remain constant for long periods, sometimes never expiring. Conclusion. Uh, so while two-factor authentication and time-based one-time password mechanisms offer a significant advantages in enhancing security and mitigating risk of unauthorized access, they also present certain challenges and limitations. Despite their effectiveness in thwarting phishing attacks and threatening account security, the complexity of implementation, a dependency on specific devices, and potential vulnerabilities in implementation underscore the importance of careful consideration and robust security measures. Addressing these challenges requires a balanced approach that prioritizes user convenience while maintaining stringent security standards. Developers and administrators must strive to streamline the authentication process, mitigate dependencies on on single devices. Furthermore, fostering user education and awareness regarding the importance of 2FA and DOTP in safeguarding their accounts and sensitive information is crucial in overcoming potential resistance and promoting widespread adoption. By leveraging the advantages of 2FA and TOTP while actively addressing their disadvantages, organization can establish a more resilient and secure authentication framework, thereby protecting users against emerging cyber threats in an increasingly digital landscape. And references, and these are some references we have used for our project. Thank you.
Now we will see the implementation of our project. So this is a sign up page where a user will create an account. So we will create a test dummy account. So this is creating a API request which is sending to a Auth application, which will provide us a QR code and a verification field where user will enter the OTP. So as we can see, the barcode has been generated. Now my friend Aryan Dana will scan the barcode and will provide the OTP for us.
So greetings again. I will be opening an authenticator app on my mobile device. So there I will choose the option to scan a QR code. And when I scan the QR code, it will automatically you give me an OTP. So the OTP has a lifetime of 45 seconds. So the OTP generated is 189134. So the OTP is actually at 7 seconds. So if we actually put the OTP now, there will be an unsuccessful attempt to log in. So we must wait for the OTP to refresh. Now the new OTP generated is 151698.
So after clicking on submit button, this will also create an API request, which will verify this OTP and create a user in the database. As we can see, the verification has been successful and a new user has been created in a database. Now this is a login page for our website. Now now the user will try to log in as a normal user. Now he has to re-enter the OTP.
So the OTP generated will be a new one, as the OTP is 888999.
Now, as we can see, this has created a new user session. This user session is stored in a cookie form. So that's all. Thank you for